You answered in English. Nada. And then she said, did I answer?
Also, we say nada in English, just in case y'all didn't know that fun fact. Oh my gosh. English.
You know there's two significance of nada?
Okay, here we go. You're on my nerves. Number 1 from the homework from last night. The first one was purple. So we went up 2, and then we went down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, because it was a -1. And then our line was solid. Why was it a solid line?
Because it has that greater.
Because it's greater than or equal to. Now, it's greater than or equal to, so are we going to shade above or below? Above. Dun, 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 dun. All right, for the next one, we always start with our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is what?
-2.
So we should go down 2. And then what's our slope?
2 up 2.
So we go up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, down 2, left 1. Am I going to use a solid or a dashed line?
Dash.
A dashed line because there's no line under it. And it's less than, so am I going to shade above or below? Below. Tower supply person, give everybody 2 colored pencils. Alright, so then we had to, okay, that's not where that goes. Okay? Okay. Alright, so then an example solution is where both colors overlap. So both colors overlap. Here, 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 here. And we can do it on the solid line. We cannot do it on the dashed line because that does not include those. So you could have put 2, 1. You could put 3, 0. You could put 3, 1. You could put 3, 2. So any of those coordinates that have both overlapping colors. Did anybody get that right? That did all of their homework. Woo! Did anybody get it right? That did half of their homework. Woo! Go team. Now, not a solution. Did you just put your hand up? Okay. So not a solution would be where there are not 2 colors. So that could be down here. So at 2, -1, 2, 3. 2, -3 is not a solution. 0, 0 is not a solution. 1, 3 is not a solution. 1, 4 is not a solution. Look at you go. You should be filling this in on your paper. Right, but you should... Whatever. Your notebook, not mine. How do we feel so far? 0, 0. You could also see if there's 8 on here, and there's not, so that. Alright, next one. Y is greater than 2. So is that, do we have any x's in this first equation or inequality? No. So that means it's going to go through the y-axis. You go up 2, put a dot. If it goes to the y-axis, that means it's horizontal. Are we going to have a solid or a dashed line? A dashed. So it should look like this. I don't know what words you just said.
You don't.
I couldn't hear you.
If it's greater than, it's dashed.
No, if there's no line under it, it's dashed.
So they both can be dashed.
Correct. Now, greater than means we shade above, so all of this should be colored. Do we agree or disagree? Okay. And then x is less than negative 2. So you would go left 2. It's x, so that means that it is a vertical line. They are both dashed. Now, less than is because it's eating the negative 2. Less than looks like your left hand when you hold them up. So less than negative 2 is this way. Negative 3, negative 4. So you shade over here. Dun, 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 dun. And where is there a solution? It's up here, right? So that would be negative 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We could also do negative 3, 4. Not negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, positive 3. Negative 3, positive 4. We could do negative 4, positive 3. And then not a solution, 0, 0. 1, 1. Negative 3, 0. Anywhere that both colors don't overlap. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
We good? You ready to look at are we good on the homework problems from last night, and we can look at this one? Okay. Yes, it is. It is, Bronson. Love you like sliced bread. Alright, so let's open this one. Alright, so this is purple on mine, and this one's going to be my pink one. Can you guys please tell me, someone raise their hand and tell me how I should start off this first one? Tiara. Yes, on the y-axis, I'd go down negative 1, and then what would I do from there? Take 2 points for your team. And then I keep doing it. Do I need to go all the way across, y'all? Yes. Alright, is it going to be a solid or a dashed line alley? Say it with confidence. Solid. Take a point. Because it has a line under it that makes it a solid line. Is everybody with me on how we got that?
Yes.
Now, are we going to shade above that line or below that line? Why?
Because it's less than.
Because it's less than. Good. Both of you take a point. It's less than, you shade below. So that's underneath. Alright, Kimberly, can you please tell me how I would start graphing the next line?
You go up 3.
Okay?
And left 1. Oh, up 1. Up 3, then down 1. You go left, right, down 1, right?
Y'all, it's negative. You go down 1, right 1. 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 Take a point. Then you go up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. Is it going to be a solid or a dashed line, Adam? Yes, take a point. And why is it going to be solid, Alicia?
Because it's greater than.
Why is it going to be solid? Why is it a solid line? No, why is it solid?
Oh.
Why is this a solid line as opposed to a dashed line?
Because it has the line under it.
Yes, it has the equal to line under it. Good, take a point. Now, are we going to shade above or below?
Above. Wait, above.
Above.
Which one is it?
Above.
Because it's greater than. Take a point, y'all. You said above.
Will this be no solution?
It would be no solution. And why would it be no solution? Not because they parallel. Why is it no solution?
They don't touch.
The colors don't mix. The colors don't mix, so this is no solution. Take a point, Jackson.
Wait,
Jackson?
Yeah, he said colors mixing.
I said no solution though. I'm the reason why he said that. So we both take a point.
Who are you talking to that way?
I'm just saying. We do.
Yes, you both get a point. And Troy, you also get a point. No. You could say it nicer, though.
Man.
Now you're being creepy. Stop it. All right. Does everybody understand why it's no solution? The colors don't overlap, so it's no solution. If the colors overlapped, everything in here would be the solution.
What was that?
All right. Now, the last two that we're going to do, get excited.
Yay!
Write a system of inequalities for each graph. So it says, look at one line at a time, write the inequality, then determine the shaded direction. Okay? So let's start with this one over here. I'm going to start with this top line, and it's going to be my purple line. Now, when you're writing the equation, always, 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 always start with the y-intercept. So it crosses the y-axis at what?
3.
That's 2, y'all. You count up 2. It crosses that y-axis at 2. So I'm going to put a y, I'm going to put an x, and then I'm going to write plus 2 because it's positive. Now, we need to count up to the next spot where it crosses a grid. So we would go up 1, right 1, and that would give us that next point. So what's our slope?
1.
If it's up 1, right 1, that's a slope of 1, so we just leave it as x. Now, is the shading below or above that line? Below. So that's less than, and since it's solid, it would be equal to. Yes. Say it to me again.
Can you do how you got the x plus 2?
Yes. Okay. So let's walk through it all again. The first thing we did was we saw where it crossed the y-intercept. So I wrote my y and I wrote my x because I know that I'm always going to have those. So that was the two things I wrote down first. It crosses the y-axis at 2, so that's my y-intercept. So I wrote plus 2. I saw that my slope was 1, so we don't have to write a number in front of x, so I left it as x. It's shaded below, so that's less than, and it's a solid line, so it's equal to. All right, let's do the next one together as well. Okay, so we know we're going to have a y. We know we're going to have an x. Now, where does it cross the y-axis?
-3.
At -3. So we subtract 3. I don't know yet. Now we need to find our slope. So how many do we go up and to the right to get to our next grid point where it crosses?
1.
Up 1, right 1. So it's just 1. We don't have to write that. Now, is it shaded above or below?
Above.
So that's greater than, and is it solid or dashed?
Solid.
Equal to. That's it. That's all you have to do. All right, you ready for the next one? Can you guys try the next one without me? Yes, you can. Do the solid line without me. We'll do the dashed line together. Do the solid line without me. Ma'am? Yes? As long as you don't make a mess. How about we do this math problem? In the 13th? It might be in your tower, but hang on. Yeah, I want you to do the solid line. No, go to your group. Go to your group.
How'd you get that last number on the question?
That's the y-intercept, so where it crosses the y-axis.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh, you'll survive.
That's like the most. That's like that was the most disrespectful thing you can do to a black man in 2017.
Is it? Is that the most disrespectful?
Now he called me the N-word, but that's the second thing.
Hang on.
She's gonna start recording.
Here we go. So for this one,
What's up? Y'all want him?
it's recording again.
Oh, I mean,
Alright, so hopefully you wrote down your Y, you wrote down your X, and you wrote down your +1, correct?
Oh yeah.
And then you go up 1, right 1, so your slope is 1. And then it's greater than or equal to, because it was shaded above. How many of us got that right? Take a point for your team. Great job.
We already said
It is. Oh, it's because it's above. Alright, so now let's look at our dash line. Is that passing through the X or the Y axis?
The one.
Why?
This is the Y axis. So that's Y. And where does it pass through the Y axis at? 1. Now, is it shaded above or below that line? So it's less than, and there's no line under it. Dun, 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 dun.
Did it right.
Now, in your tower, in the top drawer, there are papers. So the paper supply person that says pass out papers, get out that stuff from the top drawer. If your desk says pass out papers, Bronson, yours does not say pass out papers. Yours does not say pass out papers. That's the wrong thing.
This one?
Yes, it's the one that has cows.
that's homie Adam.
What is happening?
Wait, no.
For 3 pennies and pepper.
Pues ya lo saqué. No sé, Kimberly said something.
All right, so
Why call it a hamburger? Shouldn't you call it a cow burger? Yeah, it's a hamburger.
all right, it says that it isn't safe anymore. Well, isn't that the truth? Something must have gotten in the... This is explaining what's happening in our world right now. It isn't safe anymore. Something must have gotten in the water. The cows are all crazy. They're getting bigger fast. They have radioactive drool, and they're getting smarter. We need to trap them before they escape and infect anything else. They've broken through all the regular fences, so it's time for the laser fences. There are a lot of cows, but there are only 4 fences. For this to work, you'll have to trap lots of cows in each one. Work fast. They're looking this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to start... We're fencing them, not killing them, because we're not going to eat the radioactive cows.
We did this like with the zombie thing, but you know how.
Yeah, but we killed the zombies.
Yeah.
We're trying to save the cows.
How do you kill the zombies?
Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to start by graphing these. Okay? Use what we've been doing. If it says less than, you're going to shade below that line and above this one. So pay attention. Shade after you graph both of these, okay? Shade after you graph both of these. Start, go. You might need a ruler. This is what I got for A.
That's what I got. Whoa.
Yes.
That's what I got. Oh, why some of them?
That's what I got.
Because that's what we're about to figure out. Okay, so do you think, because the shading part is where they're fenced in, so do you think that we should shade at the very end or right now? At the very end, because we're going to need to find the best shaded region. We only have 4 fences that we can use, right? So we're going to need to find the best shaded region. So I know that this one, my solid one, is that going to be shaded above or below?
Below.
It's greater than, so we're going to shade above. So I'm going to put an arrow up here that tells me to shade above this one. And what about the dashed one? Are we going to shade above or below? Below. So I'm going to put one that says an arrow down. This is my first time doing this activity, so we're working through it together. Alright, let's shade B. Or let's graph B rather. Let's not shade till the end. What do I do for this line right here? What do I do first? Okay. And then what do I do?
Oh, right.
Good job, both of you. Take a point.
Do we use different colors?
I feel like it's going to help us in the long run. Because we're going to have to figure out how to fence these cows in, right? Alright, is this going to be a solid or a dashed line?
Dash.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be shading above this one, so I'm going to draw an arrow for up. Do we agree or disagree so far? Hello? 1, 2 people agree with me?
Yeah.
What, Bronson?
I'm still stuck on the bottom thing. Like, I got the first part.
I went up 2, and then I went down 4, right 5, down 4, right 5, up 4, left 5.
Up to right 4.
No. I went up 2 and put a dot, and then my slope is negative 4/5. So I went down 4, right 5, down 4, right 5. Welcome. How do I graph that second line on B?
Go down.
Down 3, right?
Up
Down
3,
3,
right 1,
right 1, right 1.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Is it going to be solid or dashed?
We saw.
Alright, and we're going to be below this line. Whew. Okay. So far, we've got these guys fenced in up here. And we have this fenced in over here. But we don't have any of these. Right? Because it's above both of these lines, so that fences in this. It's below these two, so that fences in this over here. But we got to save these guys. So we need more. Let's keep going.
Where are you at?
Alright, can anybody tell me how to start for C?
We go up 7.
Awesome. And then I should go up 6 and right 5, right? But I don't have enough room, do I? So I go down 6 and left 5. And that one's going to be solid. I wonder how we're going to create our fence. And then that one is going to be up. Okay, so these guys are now fenced in. Like super fenced in. Yes.
This thing only says there's only 4 fences,
Right.
and you got like 5.
Right. We're shading it at the end, creating 4 fences to keep them all in. So we're graphing all of it now, and that's why we're putting the arrows to tell us to shade up and down, so that we can shade at the end. All right, so this one, we would go down 1, and then we'd go down 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I haven't done this one before, so I'm not real sure what it's going to end up as. It could end up as chaos. And it's going to be above this line. What is that one? Yeah, I'm trying to color coordinate them as I go. Bless you. And this is going to be below. And then this last one is down 1, down 2, right 3.
See, I had to kill them all. They're like pretty useless.
Okay. What on earth?
I think I know it.
Okay. So if we have 4 fences, right?
Yes.
We can only use 4. And we got to get as many cows as possible. We can only create 4 pens. I'm planning. So we need to think about what we're doing, right? We're shading so that we can trap as many pens, as many cows in there. Now these 3 cows right here, if we shade up here, this is above this light purple line and above the dark purple. If we shade in here, we're going to trap those. So that's 1 down. So let's maybe put a question mark. We could put a fence here. Can't see that, boy. Alright, we're going to finish it tomorrow. See if you can come up with something tonight, but we're going to finish it tomorrow.